Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Behind me, 2010 Nissan Altima. We're gonna be changing the front brake pads and rotors. Let's get started. First thing you wanna do is jack the vehicle up, put it on jack stands, we'll pull our tire off. Now let's turn our wheel all the way to one side. We'll get better access to our caliper bolt. What I like to do first is take a flat screwdriver, and right in this window, I'll put the screwdriver in between the caliper and the rotor, get a nice purchase on there, and then pull it in my direction. What we're doing is we're sucking in the caliper piston, and that's giving us a head start for when we put the pads back on. Also, it's letting us know our slide pins are still good. So just keep pulling. Doesn't take a lot of pressure, just constant pressure. Keep it coming, just until it bottoms out. Got a little ways to go still. All right, that's it. All the way bottomed out, nice and slidey. Now we'll pull these off, 14 millimeter for our caliper. And we'll take a caliper hanger, put it in this window, hang our caliper on the strut, just out of the way. Pull off our old pads, pull off our hardware. Before we take our caliper bracket on, we'll go ahead and grease our slide pins. So we'll just pull them out of their boot. Should pop off. You want to leave the boot behind. Wipe off the old stuff. Get new caliper grease. It's important that this grease is for calipers, not just a petroleum grease, but caliper grease. Just a nice thin coat. Throw it on. I like to twist it as it goes in. Do that to the bottom. Now there is a top and bottom. The bottom, let me show you, has this little black ring around the bottom. So that goes on the bottom. It's caliper grease. Slide it in, twist it. Nice. Our bracket are two big 22 millimeters. Nice. To get our rotor off, we'll just hit it with a hammer. That vibration will break it free. And that's it, we are disassembled. Now let's prep for reassembly. First thing to prep is our hub surface. We want our rotor to fit nice and flat onto our hub. So I have a drill with a wire wheel. All right, that looks really good. I also like using a fan next to me to blow any of that brake dust away. Next thing to prep is our bracket. So similar idea, we want our brake hardware to sit nice and flush inside its channel. So we'll take that same drill, same wire wheel. It can sometimes be hard to control it, but just do your best. All right, that looks really good. Last thing to prep is our new rotor. Let's do that outside. For this, we want some brake clean. And brake clean is a pretty powerful solvent, so I like doing this in a well-ventilated area. We'll take our new rotor. It has a protective coating on it for storage. We want to wipe that off. So we'll take our brake clean, spray it on, and give it a good wipe. We'll do that to the other side. Nice, that's it. Let's go install it. Put on our new rotor. Now I'll take an old lug nut and just thread it on. That'll lock our rotor in place for us. That'll just help for installation. We'll come around. To install our new hardware on our bracket, we have two different shape hardware. The one with the wing on it, that goes on top. So we'll just put this in. Should fit pretty snugly in its channel. And then we'll do that to the bottom. That's just the regular one without the wings. That's it. Slide this on, throw our bolts in. Just snug these down. And these are torqued to 98 foot-pounds. Put our new pads on, bring it down and over. You might have to just manipulate this wing a little, just push it up out of the way. There we go, slides in. Now on the inside, it's important that our wear indicator is on the top. So inside top. Now this one also had a wear indicator. That's gonna be on the bottom, so outside bottom. This one isn't as important, but the inside is. Your inside pads wear out a little faster than your outside pads, typically. So we'll just drop this in. There we go. Now our caliper we'll bring over. We still have to push in our piston just a little further. So just kind of rest it in the spot it's not gonna fall, just like that. We move you up a little. Now there's all kinds of different tools for this. I actually have a better tool in the description than this one. This one's kind of cumbersome. My other tool broke. Not because it was a bad tool, I was just using it for something it wasn't meant for. But either way, no matter what tool you use, we just want to push this piston in the rest of the way till it bottoms out. So this tool, you just kind of twist. It starts going in. Almost there. All right, then we'll back it out. This is why this tool is a little cumbersome, but it does the job. Okay, now we'll put this on. We want to make sure our brake hose isn't twisted. So if I were to do like that, you can see brake hose all twisted up. Okay, throw it on. Put this on. We'll lightly snug those down. And these are 20 foot-pounds. If you're using a long torque wrench like me, it's not gonna make a big loud click. So just listen for it. Get to the bottom one. All right, that is it. We'll go inside, we'll pump our brakes up, that'll push that caliper piston back in, and then we'll do the exact same thing to the other side. Good job. All right, there you go. That's so you can change your front brake pads and rotors on your Altima. The next thing we want to do is take it in for a good break-in test drive. How we do that is bring the vehicle up to about 30, 35 miles an hour, and then come to a nice solid stop. Now we don't want to lock the brakes, but we do want to feel a good positive slowdown. Then we'll do it again. Bring it up 35, 40 miles an hour, come to a nice solid stop. Do that about 4 or 5 times, and your new brakes are good to go. Thanks for watching. I'll have links in the description for all the parts and tools used. If you have any questions, comments, post down below. See you on the next one.